Welcome to the Thought of the Day. I'm Pastor Linda Cross with Christian Family Church of Lakeville and lindacross.com. Today we are talking about Proverbs. We're continuing with the book of Proverbs and wisdom. All right, wisdom and knowledge. We were looking at yesterday, and it says in Proverbs 1, it says, "For a wise man will listen and increase his learning, and a discerning man will obtain guidance." So God wants us to be wise. Why do we want to be wise? Well, we talked about that yesterday. Because we don't want to keep doing the same things. Because if we keep doing the same things, we'll always get the same results. So, and if you've been beating your head against the wall because you're making the wrong decisions, wrong choices, and, it's getting painful. So we want to make the right choices. So in order to make the right choices, we need to be wise. In order to be wise, we need to increase in learning. We need to have wisdom. We need to have knowledge. So he said a wise man will listen and increase his learning. So it's important to listen and then increase learning. What's sad is a lot of people think once they get out of school, they never have to read another book. Well, if you don't get the skills you need, how are you going to be able to make a living? How are you going to be able to be successful if you don't have the skills? How are you going to be a millionaire or, successful if you don't know how they act, what they think, how they manage their time, how they're disciplined, all of those things. So he said, for understanding a proverb or a parable, the words of the wise and their riddles. Now, this is verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. So we're going to focus on that verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, or beginning of knowledge. Some translations say wisdom. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. So if you want to be wise, you have to desire wisdom and discipline. It's good to be disciplined. A disciplined person can, get up in the morning and set a schedule and make himself do those things. He doesn't need somebody to tell him. Our children need to be told and taught discipline so they can be successful in life. But we need to discipline ourselves too and be able to tell ourselves what to do and do it, right? But he said here that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. So I want to just talk about a minute the fear of the Lord. What does it mean, the fear of the Lord? Well, if you look up the word fear in the Strong's Concordance, or it's the Hebrew, and it's in the Hebrew, it's not the Greek, it's Hebrew. He said, fear is a respect or reverence or piety. So it's a respect. It's kind of like with electricity. You wouldn't put your finger in a socket because you respect it. Why do you respect it? Because it's great for using it to run your hair dryer and all of those things. But if you stick your finger in there, you're going to be electrocuted. So you don't want to do that because you respect it. Well, God is the same way. We respect God because He is all powerful. He is our creator. And, He is the creator, so He can set the rules. He can set whatever He wants because He's the creator. We are the created. So we don't tell Him, He tells us. And so, He gives us a voice. He does listen to us because we're created in His image and likeness. But, it's a love affair. I love my husband. And if he just were to tell me what to do all the time, there wouldn't be much love there because there wouldn't be any respect. I respect him and he respects me. So that makes for a healthy relationship. And he listens to me and I listen to him. But it's a mutual thing, all right? And God, I listen to God because He knows much more than I do. He has more wisdom than I do. He created my brain. But in the New Testament it says we can have the mind of Christ. We can think and act like him because we're his church, we're members of his body, we are his voice in the earth. So, God, getting back to the fear of the Lord is beginning of knowledge, and fools despise wisdom and knowledge. So we want to be wise. All right? So it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning. The beginning means, the word for beginning in the original language means just chief. It means the choice part. It means first. So it's the chiefest, choicest, first part of wisdom and knowledge is to understand and have a healthy relationship with God. Respect him, knowing that he knows more than you do. He knows more than I do. And respect the fact that he is all-powerful. He is great. And you know, the cool thing about it is God wanted a relationship with us so much that he sent Jesus. He gave his son to come to the earth so we could be made holy, because the problem was none of us is holy. We can't be holy on our own merits and our own righteousness. So there's no way for us to have that relationship with God. But God had a way. He sent his only begotten son into the earth so we could have a relationship with him and become holy like he is, so we could have a relationship with him. So God allowed that to give his son. So I have a healthy respect for him, but I also know his great love. He is love. He just doesn't have love. He is love. And I know his love. I've experienced his love, and he wants to pour that love out on you. So I don't have any problem reverencing and respecting my father, because I've respected my earthly father. He was a wonderful man. He was a loving man. He gave me he was just always giving and doing things for me. But I had to obey him because, he'd say, Linda, do this. And there was only a couple times that I disobeyed him, but I remember both times because he gave me a spanking, and I remember both times. But you know what? I respected him so much. I love him so much. To this day, he's I'm going to get to see him in heaven, because he found the Lord through one of our Bible studies many years ago, and my mom, and they helped us start our first church. Wonderful blessings they were. So the word of the Lord today is, and the thought of the day is to understand wisdom and knowledge. We must understand the fear of the Lord and have a healthy respect for God. And I think that carries on in every area of life, is respecting God, respecting others, and respecting those in authority over us, the Bible tells us. So the fear of the Lord, Proverbs 1:7, is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. So let's be wise today. All right? So this is Linda with Christian Family Church of Lakeville and lindacross.com saying, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you, be gracious to you, and show you his favor and peace today. Till next time, God bless.